Hi Gemini, welcome to your week ahead. Okay, so we're going to do a quick read on energies to see what's coming through. If you want to book your 2026, it's on the website on deal in the description box below. You'll find my Patreon, everything below. So click the video, like the video, show support, say hello. Okay, so this is just for me Geminis who are like, where are you? I'm here. Okay, so I feel like what I'm getting is some of you are definitely being influenced by a person or certain people. Some of you, there could be a beautiful love that is brewing though. So this King of Wands, this can be a past connection for some of you. This person is making a comeback. Some of you, the past is definitely coming back. But I'm also getting someone's chest is aching. So it could be maybe someone's in a no contact situation, or maybe you're dealing with somebody who's bad for you. Because King of Wands, Six of Cups, this is a connection, but it could be some kind of situationship. And I get this is heavy. So I'm going to say for some Geminis, there's like this heaviness, there's this emotion, but we are in Scorpio season or moving into Scorpio season. And then we do have the Emperor. Some of you might be dealing with like a baby daddy or something like that. Some of you, the people around you are really triggering you. So there's just people around you who are just not good. And I do think some Geminis need to prioritise the mental health over other people. Some of you, that's the message here, like put yourself first. Don't be afraid to get rid of people out of your life. When it comes to strangers, pay no mind, they don't matter. Focus on you and what makes you healthy and what makes you happy. The Knight of Wands reversed is, some of you, this person who you're dealing with is just not going to take any action. Definitely if you're dealing with an Aries or you're dealing with a fire sign. But I'm getting that somebody's got heaviness. I'm also getting someone can't find love and it's to do with their own father. So through the trauma, so your own father caused trauma to you. And I feel like this person has left a heaviness and maybe this blocks you from bringing in love. The Wheel of Fortune reversed. I feel like someone's trying to build a life or build a connection, or they're trying to build something, but it's in opposition to what destiny has got planned for them. So the Wheel of Fortune reversed is when the universe, the fates, the gods don't support a connection. They don't support a direction. So this is something that we've all done, including myself. It's when you're trying to force something to work and the universe can't give you enough signs, but you just have to be stubborn. You know better than the gods, all that type of stuff. And you keep trying to force something to work and it's just problem. Five of Wands. I'm also getting the Wheel of Fortune is the 7th house, so this is the home, this is the community, this is people around you who are just riffraff. These are people who are committed to, not good causes, they're not good energy, they're bad for your stability. You need to move away from these people. Okay? I heard pick your battles as well. So some people are just not going to change no matter how much you try to help them. They're just not going to change, right? So these are people who are committed to a bad life, a bad path. They're a lost cause. I think that's the message for Gemini as well. Like, just know what is a lost cause, right? Don't try to beat a dead horse. That's what you need to do. So we do have the Two of Swords. So some of you want to change your life. Some of you are thinking about 2026, but you don't really know what direction to take. So maybe you want to leave the place you're in. Maybe you want to get rid of this person out of your life. But the Two of Swords person doesn't trust. They don't trust themselves. The Nine of Cups reversed. So some of you, I'm getting that you want to heal, or you want to change your life, or you want to change your job, or you want to make some kind of change, because the Wheel of Fortune reversed, this is bad luck. The Wheel of Fortune reversed is like things feel like they're against us. People feel like they're against us. That's a message for Gemini. Some of you feel like the people in your life are working against you. The environment you're in is against you. The people in your job are against you. Some of you, it could be one or all. Right? Some of you definitely just have, like, the Five of Wands people are just drama people. The Five of Wands people who are just committed to, problems, basically. And then we've got the Ace of Swords reversed. Okay, so let's see the energy that you're in this week. What is the energy that Gemini is in this week, please? King of Cups. So you're in your feels, because that's you. Now, some of you could be dealing with a Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Some of you, the Scorpio energy is affecting you. It's bringing up father wounds. It's bringing up past wounds. It could be bringing up someone from your past. Some of you might not be feeling happy. So the Nine of Cups reversed is someone who's not feeling fulfilled. They're not feeling happy. They're not feeling satisfied. But as this represents you, the King of Cups is someone who's in the feels. So this can be being too emotional. And when we're too emotional, we can struggle to not be thinking straight and logistically to make changes in our life. Some of you are letting the people around you affect you. And they know this. They're enjoying it. Right? So I think it's about getting out your feelings. That doesn't mean repressing your feelings or ignoring your feelings, but it's kind of getting out your feelings and really thinking about what you want. The Queen of Wands. So the Queen of Wands is getting active, taking action. And that's you, that's what you need to be doing. Some of you, the other side of the Queen is with the Wheel of Fortune reversed. Some of you have got forces at play, or you've got things outside of your control that you can't control. There's a lot of chaos. I think for the Gemini woman, you need to be careful with men. Some of you, that could also be a message here where you're choosing men who kind of abuse you. So they hate you, they actually abuse you. So the Queen of Wands is about taking action. That is the message at this time. It's time to take action. Some of you need to take the blinders off. You need to stop going back and forth in your life. And I'm just going to say for some Geminis, you just, what you're doing, that your destiny does not support. It just doesn't support. Okay, so let's see what else we can see. Okay, what other messages do Gemini need to know at this time? The Magician reversed. So we've just said what you're doing, destiny does not support, and that's you. I do get a lot of pain for some Gemini, like I get a lot of heaviness on the chest. So I do get a lot of pain. And some of you need to be prepared, because I do think that this Scorpio energy is going to bring up a lot. Because the moon is the unconscious. So I do think this Scorpio season is going to bring up a lot for Gemini. It could also reveal a lot. Because Scorpio season is exactly that. So a lot could be revealed about yourself, or there could be people around you where things are revealed. But I do think that this Scorpio energy is going to really, really affect you. There could be some kind of third-party situation. The moon often represents things that are unseen coming to light. But some of you, it could also just be that we're coming to the end of a year. So it could also be basically, this is the next couple of months. And it's time to start thinking about what you want. It's time to start wasting your life, wasting your time, wasting your energy. Some of you, there's things you want to do, but because of these people, you're stopping yourself. Right? There was also a message as well with the Ace of Swords reversed to not explain yourself. There's some people who you need to stop speaking to. This could also be the case of be careful of what you're saying, because you're speaking it into existence. The Magician reversed is someone who's not speaking good things into existence. Okay, so these talk about words of spelling. That could also be the case here. So I do think some of you, there could be a third party, or there could be a masculine. And during this Scorpio season, there's going to be a lot that comes up about this person. For some of you, this is about men that you've dated, and it's to do with your father. So you choose these men, because I get like this heaviness on the chest, and you choose these abusive men. These men who are full of chaos, these men who are kind of not committed, and it's to do with your father. So I would say for some of you Geminis, this is a healing time. Because the moon is the unconscious, so it's about things coming up to the surface that we need to confront, that we need to heal, that we need to deal with. For the Gemini man, the King of Cups is someone who's in a sweet energy. So you could have met someone, maybe you want to be the father of this woman's kids. So you might have met someone, and that could be this Queen of Wands. So for the Geminis who are making good choices, it's really just being aware of certain people. You know what they say, bad news loves bad... Like, just be aware of certain people. But your intuition will tell you kind of who to speak to and who to stay away from. Okay? There's also something about taking no prisoners. You don't owe anybody an explanation. Right, you don't have to explain yourself. So the Nine of Cups is just not playing along with idiots. Okay? What is another message here? But there's something around coming to the end of the year and reflecting upon what you've achieved, but the heaviness is bad. I'm getting someone who's having problems with breathing, or they just feel like they've got a boulder on the chest. So some of yours might be at breaking point, and it could be to do with an environment you're living in. It could be to do with the job you're in. Some of yours maybe don't know how to deal with the situation you're in because the Magician reversed is losing control. So the Magician upright, especially as this represents you, this is someone who knows how to deal with something they're in. They know how to take control of it. Say they're in a job they don't want to be in, they know how to manifest the new job. This can be someone who's, maybe this is the father of your child and you want to get this person out of your life, but it's complicated. So something is definitely complicated, the Devil. So we did talk about forces beyond your control, and you do have the Devil. So you also need to understand that we're in a time where a lot of people are being used by the Devil, right? If they're in a low frequency, the Devil uses their vessel as a way to cause problems or chaos or damage. Okay, so the best thing you can do, the Seven of Swords reversed, so there was also something to do with the past, and the message here for you is to not look back. Also to learn from your past. So I do think Gemini has committed errors in the past when it comes to certain people or trusting certain people, and the message here is to not repeat the past. I'm going to say that this season for you, obviously this is a weekly read, but it's showing that this season is going to be powerful. I think you need to heal, especially your heart chakra. Maybe it's a case of like some Geminis just don't know what healthy is. You know, maybe you came from drug addicts, maybe you came from an alcoholic, maybe you came from an abuser, right? Some people just don't know what healthy attachment is because they've come from such bad examples, especially when it comes to men. So for the Gemini man, it could be the same. So sometimes we're not given the example, we have to learn it ourselves. Right? Because what we were given in terms of family members or in terms of the people who should have loved us and support us was not good examples. Four of Wands. So some of you, that's what I'm getting here. You're learning to love and you're learning to love yourself. So there's something about breaking with bondage, not allowing yourself to be manipulated. Some of you have definitely been allowing yourself to be manipulated. You've been allowing people around you to play with your head, obstruct you and stop you, but these people are sent by the Devil. That's the job. Okay, this can be just intruders in general, just people who would just cause you problems in general. Okay, so I do think Geminis need to have like a softness, but you'd also have to have the other side here as well. Okay, so we do have the Ace of Cups. So for some Geminis, that's what this could be. Some of you, I do think there's a true love here because you do have the Emperor. But maybe it's about, maybe you just don't trust this person. The Moon is a paranoid person. So the Moon can be someone who's paranoid, right? But it can, they say the most difficult love can be the love that works out after all the others didn't. Because you're so used to damaged individuals, you're so used to liars, right? But there's also a holy gift. So the Ace of Cups is, this is a gift from God. Because this is a holy cup. There's also something here about not worrying about the devil. This doesn't mean being ignorant, but it's, you know, these people are, they've got power because you're kind of feeding it, right? So I just want to look more at why that Wheel of Fortune came up reversed. The Empress. So some of you, things have not worked out, and it's because basically you're above it. Right? See this Empress? Certain betrayals had to happen, certain things had to happen because you're above it. And that's it. There's also something about being above these people. So when you're above something, you don't entertain it. If you're a person who doesn't gossip, you don't sit around gossips. You're above it. You don't mess with that. That's it. Okay? And also, as you move into elevation, you kind of see why people act the way they act. It's because the devil is controlling them. The devil is using them in some way. That doesn't mean you condone it. It doesn't mean you accept it. But you understand why they're doing what they're doing. Okay? So there's something about elevation. I also got, like, there's also a right being wrong. So something that was done to you is going to be corrected. Maybe these people did it to you. Right? But you are being told, prepare for this season. And what I mean by this is there's heavy emotional cards coming up here. The Scorpio is all over this reading. So some of you are being told, now I do think for a lot of you it's going to be good because the stuff you've been burying, the stuff you've been turning a blind eye to, see the way the woman's eyes, she doesn't want to see it. Some of you, I think it's to do with yourself as well, because we do have this Magician reversed. So some of you have not seen where you've kind of been creating your own pain. You haven't been making the best choices. When it comes to food and drink, you're being told to not be like gluttony this week, you know, overdoing it. And some of you, I think you're in a beautiful time in your life. That's what I would say. This is a person who's sharing beautiful moments. Maybe this person is doing very well and there's people around you who are jealous. Okay, so this would be being careful what you're sharing with certain people in your life and on social media, because the Four of Wands is the community card. So it's kind of knowing what to keep private, right? Knowing what people can't access or shouldn't have access to. But at the start of the reading, I had this serious heaviness on my chest. It felt like a boulder. It just felt like you're being pressed down. It could also be as well this week, there's like a breakdown. So I would say with the Moon and the Ace of Cups, this would be a person who burst into tears. So this is a person who kind of just starts crying out of nowhere, or they just kind of break down. But I think it's going to be very good because it's going to release what you've been repressing. But I'm going to finish this reading with for Gemini that you need to think about this year. There's almost like something about being free. So I do think, again, we talked about the devil and forces against us and the Wheel of Fortune reversed. So it's reflecting on this year and looking at where you could have done better. Okay? But not brooding. In other words, it's better to put your energy now into what you want to create moving forward. Okay? And it's a time of healing. It's going to be an emotional time. There's going to be a lot of emotion, but they're saying let that happen, let the emotion come up. I feel like for the Gemini man as well, there's definitely love. But I think there's a strong message that when you lie to yourself, when you trauma bond, when you make reactive decisions, when you make decisions from your emotions, some of you are speaking bad things into existence. I know that sounds bad, but you do tend to have negative connotation, they're saying. You know, the way you're thinking, who you're giving focus to, who you're giving energy to. But I'm also seeing it's a chance for Gemini to reflect, because with this too, there's 2 months in the year left. And so it's a chance for you to reflect upon what you want for 2026, what you can put into motion now. But there is a strong message, and I think it's because of the Scorpio energy, which is some of yous have got to this point and it's definitely to do with the father, or it's definitely to do with the mother. Some of yous are about to meet your divine counterpart. So for the Geminis who are in a powerful place right now, you're just being told that it's okay to share with the community, but just know what to keep back. Just be aware that the devil is always watching, and that there is jealous people, and there is, you know, those type of forces who will try to obstruct you. But don't fear the devil, because obviously when we fear the devil, that's what gives him power, right? And it, when we fear, we give power to. But some of you are being told, like, stop holding yourself in a stranglehold. Start thinking about 2026. Start thinking about your best version. Whether you're the Gemini man or the Gemini woman, it's time to start thinking about 2026. Some of you, this year's been like heavy lessons, maybe some toxic cycles. Remember as well, as much as people can be irritating, people are often a mirror of the work we've done, the work we haven't done, the things we've healed and the things we haven't healed. And there is some truth to this for you, because you've got the Magician reversed. So I don't want to let this go on for too long. I just wanted to do an update for Geminis, because I know you appreciate. I definitely think that the Geminis who embrace this Scorpio season and don't fear it, there's going to be a lot of release, emotional release. Some of you are coming to a place of maturity where you're starting to see that your life a lot is about choices. The people we choose, the environment we're in, the job, you're starting to see it. I'm doing this to myself. But sometimes it can take years to see why we're doing certain things, or choosing certain people, or allowing people to block our destiny. Because if I was doing a personal read, I'd also say that there's factors at play here. Some of you could be dealing with a karmic, you could be dealing with a heavy karmic cycle. Some of you had to go through certain things to get to where you are, to learn certain lessons, that's it. So I'm also getting the solar plexus. You need to work on your solar plexus, and you need to work on your heart chakra. Because some of you, it's about coming to your power to set boundaries with people. Some of you, it's about you want love, but you've got to do that work on your heart chakra. But I think this is a very powerful time, and some of you, you've really earned. I'm going to finish with that some Geminis have really, you deserve everything you've got. So don't let the losers and the people who didn't do the work pull you down. Stay up, focus on you. Because there is something here about people who are trying to pull you down, or people who just, you know, and the message here is, it doesn't matter. The Ace of Cups is someone who's staying pure. Focus on you, don't entertain her. Right? You have the right to do what makes you happy, and you have the right to do what makes you healthy. But for the Geminis who are feeling stuck, I'm getting it as 2026, you want it to be a totally different year. So maybe the message at this time, and I think that's the message, is to take the blinders off and start doing the work. Start getting a plan. Don't wait till the new year, start thinking now. about what you'd like to set in motion and what you'd like to achieve. I really love this reading for yous. And for the Geminis who are being tested, there's also, I feel like the messages, for the Geminis who are really being tested or being controlled by other people, the message is it's time to stand your ground. It's time to take on these people. I think these people know that you fear them, and that's what's given them power. So some of you, you're being told it's time to stand your ground, get certain people out of your life and stand up to certain people. Stop pretending you don't see, stop ignoring it. Because once you get these people out of your life, once you change this environment, once you confront what you've been avoiding, the problems are going to go away. Because there's something about the way Gemini's been speaking to themselves is not good. Some of you, you're your own worst enemy. So your enemies have already won because you're your own worst enemy. You need to get on your own side. You need to do what's right for you. There's always going to be people with opinions and judgments. Okay, go ahead. But as long as you're doing what comes from your heart and you're doing what's right for you, it doesn't matter. And some of you, to conclude, you're being told, put yourself first. That's the biggest lesson here. Some of you's got here because you put everyone else first. Put yourself first. And whoever's got a problem with it, they've got a problem with it. So be it. If you want to book in a private, it's in the description box below. Like the video, comment, let me know how you are, and I'll speak to you soon.